Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for checking in here at Stormtopia.com and on Stormtopia.com Facebook page. A number of things we're watching right now in the world of weather. We're really starting to pick up into that time of the year. We are looking at the potential for some snow on Monday and some snow around the 19th and the 20th of October. Let's get right to things right now, starting off with the radar. Pretty substantial batch of rain moving through southern New England back into the Adirondacks right now, and even some misty type conditions are left behind it. So today, not going to be a great day. The bulk of the rain is going to be exiting through the day. We're going to be stuck with it until late morning in New England. Afternoon sun is possible, especially to the south. Temps are going to be rebounding into the 70s in the southern mid-Atlantic, where I think we'll be able to clear the rain by the later afternoon. Now, for tomorrow, Friday, expect a few scattered showers and a few breaks of sun even possible. We're going to see some rain just cranking out of the south. The rain machine's really going to be going over the next couple of weeks, to be honest. And we end up seeing well above average precipitation, potentially looking even at some afternoon sun, depending on where you are, and a mix of clouds and sun in between showers. For Saturday, the rain is going to exit pretty quickly. It's going to want to be out of here pretty fast, so expect it to be gone by the morning hours. Still a big if, this time sponsored by the MEET ? On the first snowstorm of 2011 to 2012. Let's take a look at some of the latest model guidance, and I will show you some of my thoughts. Okay. So let's zoom on in here, and I am going to start you off with the Canadian. I think it's doing a good job handling what's happening right now. Here's the rain. Here we are by Saturday. See, AT&Z Saturday, we're basically clear. We're home free, alright? Other than some, wraparound moisture coming back in here. Here's a clipper. Here we are at AT&Z Sunday. There's some showers moving back in here. Interacts with a chunk of cold air, which we're really going to have to worry about in the long range. Okay. What it does here is it interacts with the cold air over northern New England and produces a short burst of snow all the way back in here. This wouldn't be much snow. It would be very wet snow, but we could be talking about 1 to 3 inches. That's really something to keep in mind. That's not the big deal, though. Of course, we're really worried about the potential for the 19th of October storm. The Canadian stops running at 144 hours out. What it does here is develops a pretty decent-looking storm, pushing through the Appalachians. What's interesting here is it is interacting with that cold air. It's ready to push it in. You want to go further out, switch over to the GFS. And the key with the GFS is it has a low about 200 miles north. Okay, so we have Canadian, GFS. That's a pretty significant difference, and that makes the worst of the storm on the GFS be felt through Canada. So let's go on through time here. On the GFS, you can see that we're sweeping the cold air back in through New England. It'd be some of the coldest air we've seen this season. The actual dynamics of the storm are happening offshore, and the snow ends up being back here in Canada. Okay, and how much snow would that be? Probably 1 to 3 inches. Okay, that's just the GFS. Now let's take a look at the European. Okay. Alrighty. Here's the ECMWF model. What it does is it really has this cold air in place by Sunday. Here's that clipper. It interacts, maybe brings a couple inches back up in northern New England. And here's what I'm going to do for you. Zoom me on in here to New England, just so you can see a very clear view of what the European wants to do. Here we are at 6 on the 19th of October. So this is very early in the morning, October 19th. Got rain basically draped on up the eastern seaboard. I'm going to move the map south. Just draped up on the eastern seaboard. Got the cold air off to the west, and this is very cold air. The problem with it is that it's really not interacting with the cyclone. There's a huge disconnect. Okay, so we back on out. Let's go in for time. It develops a new low pressure center. This is real interesting, guys. What it does here. I'm gonna zoom you on in. I don't know if I've ever seen this happen before, but it certainly would be impossible. What it does is it develops a new, very strong low pressure center to the south of it. There you can see it's ready to come into Long Island. It has tons of precipitation associated with it. And at that time, it takes long enough for that to develop so that it interacts with the cold air, so that we see sort of a gun show type convergence set up across northern New England, which would be several inches of heavy wet snow, maybe even more. Raging northwest winds behind the cyclone could even be damaging, sweep back through New England and drop another coating to 3 inches. So that'd be very interesting. But none of these scenarios really favor a big snow back up in this region. They're really more concentrating on this region. Okay, so that's the bad news if you're a big East Coast city snow lover right now, that the things are really not going your way. Now, one more thing I want to show you. This is the GFS Ensemble. Now, the GFS Ensemble, okay, it has been very, very bold and fresh, and keeping it a warm core storm. It does develop that low offshore. Let's take a look. Whoa, zoom you in. It is developing that warm core offshore, but the difference is, it's cold core, I believe. And what it does is it pushes further east, and because of that, it's really just not dragging in that much moisture. So this is an all-rain event. The 540 line is hardly touching it. That's it for now, folks. Hopefully you can get all this data to make an informed decision. Only thing I can say is that there's a ton of conflicting data right now, and you should stay tuned for the latest as we get more details on this weather maker. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your day.